the actors in this movie aren't even actors. They're the real deal guys. It's really great to be around them, especially initially when I wanted to hear their accent and their stories and be authentic as we possibly could. There's no shortage of ex-cons or bank robbers around this set.
I happen to know some people who are involved in some of the things that we're actually reenacting in the movie. Famous bank robbers from Charlestown.
I got us past 3 alarms, but now one thing goes wrong and it has to be me.
It's gonna be like a shock for people when this comes out because the movie's pretty realistic.
We wanted to fill the movie out with people who really had the kinds of experiences that we were looking for. A lot of them have done their time and come out and, you know, rehabilitated themselves.
Fergie, kids here.
Dennis is great. We found him scouting locations in Charlestown. I walked this apartment and there's this guy. Got this like huge tattoo on his arm of Massachusetts with the colors of the Irish flag and the Charlestown zip code. Then he was a local Charlestown person of interest, you know. He was a guy who talked about who he talked to, this is what we're interested in, and Woodsy's name, you know, came up.
You don't think I'm the real deal. I'm from no man's land. I do a job.
And he had been in trouble quite a bit in his life, and we made him a cop.
Now, we got a DWI over here, Coughlin Christina. She's got a kid with her.
She wanted me to call you.
Don't they pay you to fight in hockey?
Not the guys on your own team.
Joe Lawler is a guy who also had a lot of experience in this world.
Yo, did you see the address on this?
And spent a lot of time doing his own kind of research and brought it to bear. I actually put him into the FBI side.
Sir, we've been trying to hail the security for the cash room. We're not getting a response.
Tom Devlin is a guy who's from the area, Irish guy, grew up knowing everybody, all the people, the history of that place, got into the FBI and just shot up the ranks and became a very senior guy in the Justice Department before he finally retired a couple of years ago and then came and helped us.
I actually grew up in Charlestown, so I made it a point not to work in Charlestown because I couldn't go in a capacity as an FBI agent because everyone knows exactly what I do. And my family still lives there, so I made it a point to stay out of Charlestown. There's over 120 law enforcement people in Charlestown, but you never hear about that. You only hear about the bad side of Charlestown.
The good stuff in this movie is really a product of a lot of good, smart, talented people saying, hey, look, we know how it goes. So if I say, is this right? Is this real? And they say, yes, I know that it means something.
I'm trying to make the shit sound fucking authenticious. You got it all fucked up.
What?
It's hard to talk about Ben as a director and as an actor.
You know, people get up every day, tell themselves they're gonna change their lives.
It's all sort of blends to me.
They never do.
I've never worked with a director who's directed himself, and I wasn't sure how that was going to work, but he knew it.
I'm gonna change mine.
It's an awful lot to juggle, and watching him do it has been a lesson and an inspiration.
Why don't you do it with me?
He's a born natural at doing this.
I think we're ready.
He wrote a great script, so he's thought about every moment and every line in this movie.
I need your help. I can't tell you what it is. You can never ask me about it later, and we're gonna hurt some people.
Whose car are we gonna take?
Right doing that, you know, down here, like, here, took you long enough, and boom, we'll be on him. It's very challenging. There's so many directors that I've worked with who I just admire. I've now learned to admire even more.
What's up? Most of the city worked, Van. Still hasn't been reported stolen.
I was too busy working.
Use the van to screen the door.
What?
It's the first time that he's directed and acted in the movie, starring in the movie, so it's a lot to deal with.
I was rehearsing to myself, when would I have to go to Ben as a director and complain or be concerned about Ben as the actor? It never happened once. I think it's because he knew exactly the movie he was making.
This push should be like, Dino, close the bridge. What? Close the fucking bridge. Like, wants to sort of like...
He's very professional. He knows what he's doing. He's able to differentiate those two roles pretty easily.
Close the fucking bridge. Close the fucking bridge. Boom.
Close the bridge. Close the fucking bridge.
Can you really finish the line here when you see close the fucking, you know, like
bridge,
close the fucking bridge
thing, go.
Boom.
Yeah. Too much swearing in this film.
Yeah.
One of his real strengths is understanding the collaborative nature of the medium.
I don't think you have to quite get go as fast at the end. That was lightning fast. I didn't even know you could do moves that fast.
He's certainly taken lessons from Gone Baby Gone to this one.
Roll sound. Roll it. Speed. B-mark. B-mark.
Dino.
What?
Close the bridge.
What?
Close the fucking bridge!
So
very intense movie, and not easy for someone who's really only directed one movie to direct themselves in a movie of this size, where you've got big set pieces, you've got a lot going on with the characters, and he kept it all together really, really well.
He's pretty clear, and I think he has to be, depending on what hat he's gone on.
Hey, Dad.
Doggy.
You looking good?
You're such a liar.
When he's acting, he's got to be in the scene and giving 100% to that job, and when he's directing, he's got to be out of the scene, looking at the whole thing and 100% in that job. The distance that it takes to travel from the set to the monitor, he's suddenly turned into the director, and then he's looking at the monitor, he's analysing what's going on, and then he's back in the scene and he's thinking about the acting.
I'll see you again. This side or the other.
There's a very fine line between it all, you know?
I usually just try to tell what clothes he's wearing, or he has a little hat that says director on it, so when he has that on, then I know, okay, he's a director.
He's doing amazing with it. I can't believe he gets up every morning, works out, and plays with the kids, and comes here. I mean, it's crazy how much energy he has to have.
You're really well served as an actor, having prepped as a director. Let's do the overhead money laying out. I tried learning surfing once on a trip, and I was terrible. I fell over all the time. But I remember that, you know, there's that strange feeling that you get as you're getting up on the wave, and all of a sudden you feel this thing start to move you. Right. From prepping as a director, you know so much about the character, the character's world, all the other characters' backstories, where they live, what they look like, what everyone's wearing, what they're drinking, what they're doing. All that director prep just pushes right into the acting. So you get there, and it actually is like this huge wave.
Working with him as an actor, I see him sometimes looking at me like a director when he's off camera.
Supposed to leave here with some money, right? That's part of the idea. That's part of the idea, right?
Because he's getting so excited about something.
Give me an umbrella for my beer.
Let me get a Shirley Temple.
Oh,
An extra cherry, please.
Poor fucking silver bastard.
Thanks.
Acting alongside him, it's just so great because he keeps it rolling. He makes you feel comfortable.
Juice?
Yeah, juice.
Do you want some snappers?
Hey, don't fucking, what are you doing?
I'm just playing.
He holds such high standards that I trust that when he's ready to move on, or when he says that he got it, that he really has it, that he has what he needs to make this movie.
He sets an amazing tone for the set. I've been so relaxed. I feel like I'm working with one of my best friends, and we're just got a camera and we're shooting a little short film on the weekend.
He's back there, he's pushed all these guys, he's thrown tables.
Ben basically plucked me out of obscurity, as they say. For Gone Baby Gone, and then this is my second role.
Hands out your pocket. Get your hands up! Get your hands up!
I don't know if I'm quite qualified to say what makes him unique from other directors, but what makes him unique as an artist and as a person, he's very determined and driven. He has a vision.
Get your hands out your pockets. Hands out your pockets. Little fuck! Away from the computer!
Go! Everybody away! So I can get the girl! Away from the computer!
Great, okay. There it is.
It's funny because he would be talking to kind of the crew and stuff like that and go back into talking how he normally talks. And then pop back into the scene in the Boston accent.
It's not your money, you understand? Don't lie to us again.
What struck me is, wow, he can really just kind of turn it on and off like that.
If he was giving me notes with his Tony accent, I don't know how seriously I could take him. He sometimes gives me notes when he's in the big bank robber mask, and that's very difficult to try and talk to him seriously with that thing on.
That's good.
It's strange, I can't take direction from a skeleton. I should. That should be something I have in my toolkit, the ability to take direction from skeletons.
It's been just the most incredible experience.
Fire in the hole, guys. And action!
It just feels alive and it feels easy. He empowers me to kind of do whatever.
I think everybody knew that he was the hardest working guy on this movie.
There's just like multiple levels in this thing. You have this love story and this sort of heist story.
Go, 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 go!
And underneath it, you have this story that I'm most interested in, which is this thematic drama. And trying to integrate those has been really challenging.
I know I'll see you again. This side or the other.
Punk Drunk Love läuft heute Abend um 20 Uhr auf Star TV. Punk Drunk Love ist eine amerikanische Komödie mit Adam Sandler und Emily Watson in den Hauptrollen. Mittelpunkt der Geschichte ist Barry, ein aufstrebender Geschäftsmann, der durch seine gestörte Beziehung zu Frauen Zuflucht bei einer Telefonsex-Hotline sucht. Eines Tages gibt der naive Barry am Telefon gar seine Kreditkartennummer preis, was schlussendlich zu einer Erpressung führt. Als er jedoch die mysteriöse Lina Leonard kennenlernt, verliebt er sich auf den ersten Blick in sie. Er folgt ihr nach Hawaii, doch seine ständigen Wutausbrüche machen ihm einen gewaltigen Strich durch die Rechnung. Um 23:30 Uhr geht das Programm weiter mit der italienischen Krimikomödie Plattfuß am Nil mit Bud Spencer in der Hauptrolle. Kommissar Rizzo, auch Plattfuß genannt, lässt diesmal am Nil seine Fäuste sprechen. Der Wissenschaftler Professor Cerullo wurde gekidnappt und nach Ägypten verschleppt. Grund dafür ist das Spezialgebiet des Forschers, eine Käferart, die nur dort lebt, wo Öl zu finden ist. Und so heftet sich Plattfuß an die Fersen der kriminellen Entführer, begleitet von seinem tollpatschigen Sergeant Caputo. Plattfuß ermittelt auf gewohnt schlagfertige Art und Weise, doch der Fall ist schwieriger als gedacht.